Welcome back to the Berg Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. With me today is Ford.
Hey, how's it going?
And Dan.
Hey, everybody.
And we just came to the conclusion that by the time you hear this podcast episode, the election day will have passed, right? Yeah.
No more crappy ads on anything you watch.
Is that like a guarantee? Like, can we promise that they won't continue and to run these ads?
Brian, that's the most depressing thing I've ever heard. I am going to.
You just ruined my highlight of next Tuesday.
Yeah, I was, because in my mind I was like, it's over, right? Like I know, they're both kind of preparing their final
Push.
their final pushes and their
final negativity.
closing arguments, so to speak. And
I think I might get the girls' go-kart and just have them go and just make like some sort of a sign picker thing and just start driving around and picking up every sign and just get rid of all of them.
that's theft. Don't do that, man. That's people get worked up about their signs.
Well, come on now. But can't we be done with it? It's already over.
No. Like,
we got to save them.
There's some jabronis that keep the sign. I've had the sign up for like the last 8 years.
I saw one out on 82 over by Wingard, and it was a Trump Pence sign that they duct taped over the Pence and then wrote Vance in a.
So they didn't even support
Sharpie.
the cause. They just saved money by.
Yeah.
Must be a Mennonite living there.
That's a frugal, right? That's fiscal conservative.
Fiscally conservative. That's good.
Yeah.
I can support that. Yeah. I'm all for that.
I haven't seen any 2016 signs though. Have you seen any 2016 signs?
That is a scary thought. I have not seen any 2016 signs. I don't. Well, wait. No, I don't. I guess not.
Right? Yeah. No.
I just drive by it. It's like cracks me up. I don't understand these signs in the first place.
Some of the signs don't even make sense.
Not even about making the sense, but how many years ago did all of a sudden putting signs out create some sort of thing?
Nothing. It creates nothing.
Yeah, what bonus does it create? That's almost like not a billboard, because I'm not downplaying that billboards can be effective.
Sure.
But if you put a billboard every 7 feet and every billboard said the same thing, said one of two things, I think it would lose its impact. It would just be noise that just bothers me.
Yeah. I actually was talking to somebody about this. Somebody who did some political volunteer analytics work, and they came to the conclusion that the signs actually do zero. They don't do anything.
I mean, except for creating some kind of a yard wars, because you have one side and then one yard and the next side has more of the other. And it's like, okay, so you and your neighbor don't like each other. The rest of us don't care. The rest of us don't
One of my favorites though is, and I think we've talked about this, is first of all, for the irony of it, there is matching digital billboards. One is on 30, past 30 bypass, west of 30 bypass. It's before Gap. It's between Gap and somewhere around 10. I forget exactly where it is. Not far from Hershey's Market. So it's right in that Gap area. Mm-hmm. And then the matching one is on Bill's Beams property. And I'll tell you, they go all out there. There's signs. It depends who they're abusing. But either one, those are not even election ads that they're running. They're just pure character assassination on both sides. And I at least enjoy that, because at least we're not even now caring about any issues or anything else. We're just insulting people. And I'm like, okay, at least we're being honest now with what's actually happening.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there's two signs. One was in when I was down in Maryland or Delaware, and it was a sign that just said, "I'm not running for anything. I just wanted a sign."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With some other stuff. And then the other one is the one on 23 that's asking the Amish people to vote. The email address is Amish vote 2024 or something like that.
That one's funny, because they could not be placating more to stereotypes, right? They're the guy with the hat, and it's let's get out and vote, Amish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's my favorite sign. I mean, my favorite sign is actually, I think, a 2016 sign. And it was the one that said, "Presidents are temporary, Wu-Tang forever."
Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna. That's so funny, because I was just gonna say
that's the sign.
Yeah. Allison was like, I will not pledge my sports allegiances in my yard. I will not pledge my political affiliations in my yard, but I would put a Wu-Tang sign.
Yeah, Wu-Tang sign.
I'll put the Wu-Tang Forever sign out.
I mean, maybe they could run. There's not a lot of them left, but maybe. I mean,
that's
given the current political climate, maybe it could work. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like the qualifications have really
been removed.
Really
entirely.
started there are no more straight lines here.
Maybe that's something we could do. We could have a company. We used to do the fantasy football. Yeah. Maybe as soon as this is over, we can start a block thing to say
Field of 64.
Who would be the 2028? I mean, I think depending on who wins, you may have an obvious favorite with Shapiro potentially coming out of Pennsylvania in the right scenario. But I think Matthew McConaughey, he has to be considered.
The Rock.
The Rock has to be in there.
Got to be on the list.
I mean, it really just becomes check your.
Actually, that Ryan Reynolds guy, he seems to be everywhere now.
I think you could have a long shot with one of the Kelseys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right? I mean, Jason's pretty popular. If he can get outside of the Wawa area,
Jason's popular, but I just feel like if Travis can figure out how to stay in a relationship with Taylor Swift,
just the Swiftie votes alone.
Swiftie vote alone could carry him.
That's that could be trouble for some people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you got
No, I mean, you think about this unrelated to that, but there's people that are in this industry, the political industry, that is their job. They spend a lot of time. They do all the handshakings. We have friends, that. Grassroots, and then it's really just a clown show.
Well, I was sort of wondering that, and I don't know who to ask, but what does that look like in between elections, right? I know that the election cycle lasts for a long time, right? Yeah. So it's a solid 2 years out. They're really winding up and going at it, but for the next 2 years, if that was your job, what do you do? I'm sure there are other things, but
you got the 2-year election, so you can jump on those parties.
The 2-year
keep working there.
Okay. Yep.
So you kind of you hook hand off to one person or the other. But I just think about that, all the people that do all of what was traditionally that type of work.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know.
Now it's a reality television show.
I don't know if Ford, this is sort of what you're getting at with that, is not just what would you do in the off time, but also it has undermined the over the last 3 runs. It has undermined all of the historical relevance of all of those positions. I mean,
used to be stepping stones. You're saying,
and take them or leave them. But Donald Trump has altered everything that you're supposed to have to do. You don't
become
have
a governor, become a this,
right. You don't have to become any of these things. You can also say. He does say whatever he wants to say. You can agree, you can disagree. That's not what we're talking about. But so I feel like if you take those people that have done this a long time, the one that comes to mind for some reason is, he always just stuck with me as a funny looking guy. It's James Carville. He was a Democrat guy. I think maybe Clinton's guy. And he ran a lot of the campaigns. But you take somebody like that, or, there's, and you take what he would think is the appropriate course. And we're not on that at all. You're doing your opinion is almost invalidated because we've changed everything.
Sure.
You have a better chance of going on Fox News or CNN and becoming a elected person than actually winning an election.
Yeah. I just hope that it goes back to some level of normalcy, that we can have some level of decency in the election in the next cycle, where we get to talk about issues and not personalities.
I don't even know what it looks like anymore. And I feel like it's not just elections. I feel like it's any conversation where there could be a potential disagreement just feels like it's really difficult to find reasonable parties anymore. And by parties, I don't mean...
you don't mean a party.
You just mean 2 people.
Yeah. I mean 2 people, right? 2 groups or
Well, it's funny, they talk about having tough conversations and, holding people accountable, whatever it is, just in back to our world. But in general, that's we talked about this before. There is no central norm anymore. So there is no this is or isn't. And, that's why you have to really work on your culture and make sure your people align with it. Because if you have someone that doesn't align with your culture, whatever you might be telling them might be foreign to them, whether it's not or to you. It's really a big important piece, because there's just a lot of very interesting things out there.
There's a lot of noise and a lot of
I mean, you know who else could run? Musk.
Oh,
Elon could run.
We were talking about another off the beaten path, because he's getting a little involved there.
He is getting involved.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you didn't pay attention to this stuff.
Sure.
But I had CoComelon on for the 2 and 4-year-old, and there was these ads about rapists, terrorists, and murderers.
All right, so
for a 4-year-old, it's okay, listen, who are you trying to reach? You're just spending money on ads. You don't even know where they're going.
Yeah, so it's funny you bring that up. I was driving back from a game in Baltimore. We had a single game. It's whatever. So I had to drive to Baltimore. I'm driving back from Baltimore Sunday midday, and I'm listening to the Eagles game, but on the Cincinnati channel on Sirius. And I think I got back to just outside of Lancaster, and I was able to pick up YSP. So now I can listen to Merrill Reese. And the ads on there, I kept muting it and then talking to Charlotte about something different. Mm-hmm. Because I would start, it was like, this is exactly what you said. Like, it was about, like abortion and rape and incest. I was like, what? Like, any one of these triggers a conversation I'm not prepared and don't want to have. And it's not appropriate. Like, that's a football game, but still in my mind, like, this is not appropriate. I don't like, and it's not that I don't want to talk about things in an open forum if that's what we're doing, but that's not the right venue.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not last night. And I was telling Dylan this, we were watching, we put the TV on when we walked in the bedroom and news was on or whatever. And in the commercial, there was a new commercial that was I don't know who it was for. I know who it was against, though I don't recognize the guy. It's like a local congressman from PA, Chester County. And as soon as the first thing that comes up, it's Cavalcante, like in the sheet looking thing when right after they drug him out of the pile of wood at Little's, right? And they're like, this guy supports Kamala's border policies. And then it goes into the whole thing about, like he's illegal. He was a rapist. He stabbed his lady 38 times while the kids watched and screamed. And then this guy apparently supported him. Like then we made the crazy jump that the guy may have a policy that's more liberal, but I'm pretty certain that he didn't support the idea to bring murderous rapists, illegals in. But then it goes one step crazier and it goes, so if you vote for him, the dogs will be busy. End of commercial. With the picture of like the canine German Shepherd, like rabid debarking. And everyone was like, is this a real thing? Like, did we just see that commercial? Like, that commercial was just that apparently the guy supports.
What do they say? No publicity is bad publicity or something
I guess,
like
but
that?
the dogs are going to be busy for it. I don't know who I'm supposed to. And the funny part is, if I was going to follow that ad, right? And here's the part that really doesn't make sense with me with a lot of this. If that ad reached me, you need me to do like 2 or 3 things after that to figure out who it is you want me to vote for. Yeah. Because you paid for an ad.
Just not that person.
Didn't tell me who to vote for. It told me who not to vote for.
Right.
So you would have to hope that I remember and then find that guy, find the person running opposite him. I don't actually know what they support, but I know that he doesn't support Cavalcante and overworking the canine dogs of the state police.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You're asking me to do a lot there.
That's a jump.
That's a jump. So the dogs are going to be busy apparently. Well, maybe they won't. I don't know.
I was having this conversation with Gavin the other day, and I think so. I think you may have hit the nail on the head with something you just said there. That I don't think the ads are for us, and I think part of it is maybe age. Unfortunately, we might be reaching an age where we aren't necessarily the target audience or demographic of the ads.
Do these ads make sense to Gavin?
No, not specifically, but I think that they're done in a format that's different from what we've seen, and not inherently because of the candidates. I think because of the audience.
Target marketing.
Yes. So I think that if you think about the way that like a lot of the ads have run, and I'm just like spitballing here, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but
it sounds good so far.
But think like social media interactions, TikTok interactions, live streaming and things of that nature. All of this is designed to like grab your interest,
replicate it.
Yeah. Create a fast emotional response, use like buzzwords and imagery that like grab you. And the 3 of us might be sitting there and be like, what in the world? I know what all of those things are, but why do all of these things relate? They don't relate in any way, but they're each in their own form, like triggers. And I think that a lot of it has to do with who they're trying to grab, which is young voters and
scaring old people.
Yep. And
which you know what, that is very relevant, because I feel like my mom relays some of this to me, and she would be like the complete opposite of Gavin, right? Sure. Like, in other words, in mostly every way. But she is also impacted by those ads. Now that you say that, she is impacted by those ads because it like creates hysteria that she's like, oh, you realize the world it's going to hell. You know what I mean? And like,
right.
I'm like, whoa, hold on. What makes it? I mean, it might be, but it feels that way at times, right. But and even like the other ones that get me, and maybe it's similar, so I'll say it, is that ad where they keep talking about, and they show Kamala saying that every inmate would be available for transgender surgery, and like I think we've all talked about this. Like, you can't have possibly said that exactly. Like I don't think I can't figure out a way that any rational human being would get to that. That's a logical thing that our somehow state funded or federally funded dollars should pay for. I don't think anyone could get there. So I think it has to be pieced together. And there, I see the same thing with sometimes Trump says things and I'm like, there's no way that Vance or Trump actually said that. Like this has to have been pieced together. But if you're seeing it in little clips and just accepting it in that little clip, then is that enough? Whereas for me, it's like, this doesn't even make any sense.
The divergence is the problem, right? Because I mean, like when you were talking about this earlier, but like, when was the last time you actually watched the news?
Sure. Yeah.
Never?
I can't tell you the last time.
No. I haven't watched a news channel in probably 5 years.
Yeah, like by accident. Like when I'm like 60 Minutes comes on while I'm waiting for like
or like you go to a restaurant and there's like CNN or Fox News or something up there, but it's usually just talking heads jabbering on. They're nothing useful out of it anyways, or they're taking some issue and making it a big deal. It's nothing. And so like literally we don't get our news in that format anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's really a oddity too. And it's interesting. So someone was talking about this the other day. All of these big brands now are creating their own ships because they don't want to be tied to somebody else's servers.
Mm.
So they're all creating their own apps so that way their followers, they can make sure that if some big server company decides that they want to restrict something, they're not part of that. I was like, that's really where we are. Okay. Because then I don't want to use a Google, AWS, any of those type of things because they're afraid that if like someone makes a choice.
The listening thing is another thing. You know, we've talked about that before, but that's something else that came up recently. I was going to relay it to you. We'll talk about it. Remember the other day we were talking about the cowboy boot thing with you got your new boots?
Yeah.
And you said about Ford wears Chelsea boots. And I was like, what's a Chelsea boot? Remember you were like, oh, it's the short boots. It's all over my like news feed and everything now.
Boots?
Yeah. Advertisements for Chelsea cowboy. I never even knew what that was.
Yeah, like until you're wearing them right now.
I know I am, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
Isn't that what it's called? Am I?
Well, even if it isn't, then they just created a whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's like a style, like it's like like an ankle.
I didn't know what it was, and then you said it in my office, and Alexa and my phone heard it, and now I should really buy a pair right now.
With that, I mean, I think at this point, if there's any small children listening, after we already basically regurgitated those ads, but we've always had that conversation and taking a friend's phone and repeating particular words, and the next time that they open any of their social media, they'll get some interesting ads. Because I mean, at this point, that it's like Siri doesn't just say when you say Siri, it had to be listening to hear you say Siri in the first place. So there's no way it's not. No, you ever seen those things where they're like, the old comics where they're like, in the 70s, people were like, never let anything listening into my house. Oh, I'm on a phone. Okay, you can listen to everything I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's and another funny thing is I like just jump all over the place. But I thought about with like generationally different and hearing things and funny things. I had a funny conversation the other day. Tori and Danny and I were taking a ride up to Brad's. And I don't know how we got on the subject. They were talking about fantasy football. And to hear some of Danny's stories about like what happens if you lose, right? Because his league is not even about winning. His league is about who the loser is.
No, it's about not losing. Don't be last.
Penalties for losing were hilarious.
Did you ever watch the league on, was it FX?
I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, that was at least the first couple. I think it's still going, but I only watched like the first couple seasons. It was one of the funniest shows I'd ever seen.
I don't even know if I made it past the first season because I think like some of it started to get pretty weird.
Yeah.
But for me at least. Yeah. But the first season was hilarious. I thought. Yeah.
You're just like seeing certain things happen. Like, yep, that happened. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's really it because like we have one league. I mean, where like the loser has to wear like the orange tux, like what's the Fowler.
Oh, yeah.
To a golf event because, so like you just don't want to lose, really. You don't really care.
Right. You don't care who wins.
You just don't want to be the loser.
You just don't want to.
Just be middle of the pack. You're really happy with
dating myself. What it reminds me of is sort of like when I heard some of the things and it's funny and you're like, oh, yeah, I could see like my buddies doing that or whatever. Was I wonder if Jackass would hold up. Like I haven't watched it I'm not talking like season 5. I'm talking like the first 2 years of Jackass when they started to do stuff. And I don't know how like you guys were, and I'm trying to picture age wise. But for me, like my brothers and I, and we were like, oh my God, we did like half of these things. Now, as it got more ridiculous, we didn't have the means, methods, or we wouldn't have done some of the things.
Or doctors standing by.
Or doctors standing by. But some of the stuff, we certainly did a lot of what they did early on. And but I wonder if that how did that age? Like if I watched it now, would it be just?
I mean, I've seen some of the actors from that. They have not aged well.
They have not aged well. They've had a rough go.
I mean, our boy from Westchester, he's
just trying to stay out of trouble.
He's just trying to keep one foot in front of the other. It's a rough day.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really. I know what Jackass is,
but you didn't. It wasn't a show.
I didn't really watch it a lot though. I mean, the
very beginnings of it were to me were hilarious to watch them do stupid things.
Yeah. Like the silliness of it was fun. Like some of it was like just
over the top.
Yeah. But what's the thing, Dude Perfect, or right? Is the thing where the guys do all kinds of sports things?
Yeah,
that's Dude Perfect,
right? Yeah. And I feel like that's a progression of that. Like the beginning of that is those things where all of a sudden somebody started to videotape stuff people had always done.
Yeah. My kids watched one for a while. I think it was called Impractical Jokers.
Okay.
And that's like 3 middle-aged dudes who
they have a TV show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They like make the other person do something. That's
you gotta like do like the most ridiculous thing, and then if you don't do it, you get punished. So yeah. It's sort of like maybe a tamer, middle-aged version of that.
We were flying back to the week, and off to the left of us was a group of boys. Boys are probably like 35, 40-year-old guys from South Philadelphia. And I wasn't sure if it was a bachelor party scenario or what it was, but they're all flying back together. They, the flight's at like 5 o'clock on a Sunday evening. They probably had watched a game at an establishment. They were being boisterous and just being ridiculous. And like, it's funny because when you're with your group of friends, you don't think you're being ridiculous, but everybody else is just like looking at them. Everybody's like praying, not in my area of the plane. Just keep them somewhere else on the plane, right? I mean, like, and there's the one guy that like will say anything. There's like 2 guys in the back that are trying to like get away from him because like, oh no, he's gonna say something ridiculous. And there's like 2 guys are like egging him on. You can like see that group dynamic of just you remember like how that is with like your group of people. And you're just like, and you're there and you're like, all right, 21 I understand, 35. Don't know if I understand that quite as well as I used to. I don't need to be judged. I'm not going to say anything, but just like, make sure they
that's 2 different things. He said he's not going to say anything, but he doesn't need to be judging. I think we were judging.
Yeah. But I was just making sure they weren't sitting next to me because I was afraid
Ford was going to change his seat.
Yeah. But I mean, like, honestly, that's impressive. You get like a bunch of guys approaching 40 who still can still get like 6 or 8 of them together for a trip. I mean, that's
why I think it had to be a bachelor party because, like, for most of us friends, like, the only time that there wasn't any negotiating needed was like if somebody was getting married. That was like a You can go ahead. You can go ahead. And
that's like it's a safe. Hey, like, yep. You can get together.
Exactly.
So,
Or you got to set up peer groups.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You just set up peer groups with people that you want to be with.
There you go. Yeah.
And then you just it's
get together.
It's work related. Ridiculous.
Have a good dinner. You don't have to act like idiots.
Yeah, you don't have to. You could, I guess.
I guess you could.
You could, but you don't have
maybe
to.
you wouldn't be invited back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we've been all over the place. It's
one of those.
It is
goes where it goes.
It goes where it goes. It is.
Like you said, by the time you hear this, 99%. I don't know what the ads are going to be filled. I mean, I literally was telling someone the other day, I'd be really happy for a person in a tub, like selling some kind of medicine at this point.
I would take any ad at this point.
I don't care how many Dodge Neons they want to sell to me. I'd take any kind
Gary
of
Barbera,
whatever like new weight loss medicine is available that I can't pronounce.
Right, it has like side effects that are going to kill you.
Many side effects.
Yes, I'm ready for it. Whatever that is, bring that back.
Yeah, can we have like people sitting in a tub and the words going by? And, really bad things are going to happen to you, which are actually worse than the thing you tried to cure, but you should talk to your doctor about it.
But at least you don't have to explain that to someone, to a kid.
They don't even, they just see a guy in a bathtub and they're like,
someone's getting a bath.
Someone's getting a bath.
It's Thursday night.
About it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what else will be over by the time this comes out?
World Series.
The World Series.
that might be over before we're done this ad. Before we're done this podcast, it could be already over.
No.
That's ridiculous.
It doesn't even start for another 5 hours. So that's too long for us to chat about nothing.
One thing I can do, I'm not even going to jinx them, but I just Freeman's having it just.
Freeman.
I don't even like him in terms of like don't like him, dislike him, but he played for the Braves against Phillies. But I just want it to continue just because of the unlikelihood of what he's managed to do thus far.
Yeah,
and that grand slam, like when you feel something happened so fast that you can't even really confirm that you thought it before it happened. But I feel like
who follows him in the lineup?
I don't even
like. Here's my thing that cracks me up.
Why are they pitching to him?
Like they're all talking about.
Isn't it Mookie? It's not Mookie Betts.
No, if it's that maybe the infielder. I don't know who it is, right? But they're all talking about stats. Stats drive all the sports. You walk him. You give one run up.
Yeah.
Like the math.
Well, they walk Betts to get to him that first time.
But why would you like?
Which I get, but this is where I feel like analytics, right, in sports, eventually become more instantaneous.
Yeah.
Like I think every analytic you have before this World Series started is completely irrelevant about Freddie Freeman right now. Completely, I don't care what it says.
Sure.
Right now, the analytics say if you pitch to him, he's going to hit a home run.
I want to see the old school like. I haven't seen it in years where they used to like this catcher would actually stand up and like make an intentional walk.
Legitimately, not like
we're just going to throw forward and like way out.
Well,
they don't even throw him anymore. It's like the manager.
It's too risky for the pitcher to have to throw 4 softballs
and extra pitches. Yeah.
He's going to swing at him, make him try to
jump out of the box and take a swing.
Yeah. But that first,
remember when that was a thing? They're like the intentional walks and guys would like try to reach over and actually hit it. Yeah.
But that first one, I feel like when the ball left his hand, I happened to be watching it, and that was a late game. It was late in the night, but I just was watching it because I swear to you, I said that's a home run before the pitch was halfway there. Like he released it, and I was like, gone.
Meatball.
Like you could see coming out of his hand from playing baseball. Like he was going fastball inside. Like this guy is going to try and throw a fastball inside by a left-hander. And as he swung, I immediately thought of Griffey. As he swung, I was like, no one would have ever done that to Griffey. I don't think anybody ever threw him that pitch on purpose once that they didn't miss. That they said, like, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to challenge Griffey inside, belt high with a fastball. Like, okay, well, instead, why don't you just take the ball and throw it over the fence? Just throw it yourself. Just save us the time. Just don't throw the pitch and say, walk around the bases. It's a home run. It'd be like trying to throw a pass pitch by Bonds at that point in his career. Like and not that Freeman was that hot, but you can't throw that pitch. Right. Yeah. Not to a left-hander.
Well, it's a miss, right? For sure, he missed. He was trying
but when you look at it, if you look at the thing, the catcher's set up there.
Yeah,
the catcher is set up belt high inside. Now maybe he was going to move.
Yeah, catchers do some funny games now. Like,
maybe he was going to move, but that's what it was. The combination of the release and the catcher's glove. I was like, this crazy SOB is going to try and throw a fastball.
Sneak one past him.
But it was so it's what like 0.2 of a second. So in my head, maybe I didn't say it first.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But then when I saw the replay, I like Erin was sleeping and I woke her up. I was like, and she's not a sports person. She still didn't get it. I was like, you got to see this. This is insane. She was like, because of the grand slam. I was like, no.
They pitched.
He just tried to throw a fastball inside to a left-hander. You can't do that. And then she she was disinterested. Went back to bed. She was like, huh.
Yeah. It's fun to see it like, but the emotion, right? I mean, obviously, like late in the game. 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, 10th inning in the World Series.
Yeah,
did you see his smile after the game?
The smile, and did you see him jump on top of the pad to get to his dad?
Yeah,
like.
Well, and he the bat, like he held the bat up. Because there was no, I mean there's no park in Major League Baseball that holds that. That's gone. And I've never seen a person smile that big that wasn't a cartoon. He was and he said it. He said like I've been dreaming of this since I was 7 years old with my dad throwing me pitches in the backyard. Right. Like this, you've been dreaming about that moment. You just did it.
Right. A Grand Slam.
In the moment you did it, and never been done. Nobody's ever walked off a Grand Slam.
Yeah. And to try and the next night, the guy dude's trying to be like, oh, we got to win another game. And meanwhile,
and he comes back and hits another home run.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then he hits another home run. He's done it in 3 games. I think they said 5.
Yeah.
5 games in a row. He's hit a home run like that.
Well, because the crazy part is like the ties to it to me. Was I don't know what my age was, but when Oral Hershiser and when Gibson came out, like to most people they're showing those clips now.
That's funny. You remember that?
Because I was a big baseball kid at that point. Like he was on the bench because he could barely walk. Like it almost was like too good. But I read Oral Hershiser's book, like all that kind of stuff. And when Gibson came out and hit that home run,
they said it was 36 years ago.
He couldn't even run around the bases.
He hobbled around. I remember watching that as like at that point. I'm older than you. I was like a teenager. And you had like Venezuela. I mean, that was and And Hershiser was local. I don't know if you know. Hershiser grew up in Cherry Hill, near where my dad grew up.
Oh, really? Well, and Lasorda was from
there. So down the shore, actually, I told you that Lasorda's brother had lived in the house next to us at the beach.
Okay, that's cool. So,
local.
He connection. Looks just like Tommy Lasorda.
That's how Piazza got in the leagues.
Yeah, that's how Piazza got in the league from Phoenixville.
Yeah.
But you can't throw that pitch. That's just nuts.
So
I'd like to see him try and throw it again. If he could throw it tonight, if they can get Freeman up, bring him in and throw him that pitch again, see what happens. Maybe you get it by him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe this time it doesn't.
4 games, it's over.
Or we just get it done with, right? Yeah. Dodgers and 4.
You think about it because like MLB and then the networks are like, oh yes, we got the West Coast and the East Coast, and it's over in 4 games. And like, wait, did it happen already? I'm still waiting for my games to start.
Yeah, if they throw him that pitch again, it's not even going to end in the same borough. He's going to hit it off the island.
If the Yankees can't figure out a way to make this a series with this payroll, with the guys they have right now, I mean, it's
and part of me feels like I have no tie to it all, and you started it, but you almost feel for Judge at this point. Like it reminds me of Castellanos, with us, with the Phillies. We're like everybody gets into slumps, but you can't get in a slump now. Like you can't. What did I see? He was like 2 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. That's brutal.
They literally showed the stat. Was it whatever the last game was? Freeman had more extra base hits than the entire Yankee team.
Yeah, the Yankees. Yeah. Well, and I mean, he's injured and hit a triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2 broken fingers, right?
Oh, no, that was
that's
first baseman.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
so a lot of things are coming to an end by the time.
A lot of things are coming to an end.
Yes,
we will,
including this podcast.
Yeah, we're
gonna have to wrap it up, Brian. Brian would say, I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
That's a good place to wrap it up. Thanks for joining us today, folks. We hope you got something from this, and we hope you come back for another episode.